Hello and welcome to Ireland with Michael. I'm Michael Londra, and in this show I get to tell you everything I love about my home country the best way I know how, through music. Today we venture to Northern Ireland, where sports aren't just played, they're woven into the landscape itself. Brace yourself for the island's national pastime. It's the fast-paced thrill of a sport you've never heard of, hurling. Then we hit a byway down a country lane for Irish road bowling, a sport where strategy meets sheer power. And after the action, what better way to celebrate than with a nice cold cider? We'll go a little deeper and learn the craft of cider making, where patience, passion and a keen eye for quality turn apples into liquid gold. Whether you're swinging a hurl, launching a cannonball or sipping the fruits of victory, we'll combine skill, tradition and Irish soul for our journey into a past that really hasn't changed much at all. In fact, it's as alive and well today as it was for our great-great-grandparents. Navan Fort is one of the royal sites of pre-Christian Gaelic Ireland, and the history is reimagined here at the Navan Centre. The earliest signs of society began in this region as far back as 5500 BC. As explained here at the centre, St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, chose to build his cathedral at the twin pagan site of Ardvacha near here in 445 AD. Centuries of history in and around Armagh is why this is one of Ireland's most important historical regions. Carolyn, we're a couple of minutes just outside lovely Armagh town.
Yes,
and we are in Navan Fort. So what do we know about the people that lived here and surrounded this fort, and exactly when did they live here?
The time of most activity on the hill, as far as we know from the archaeology, we say is 95 BC. And that's when this structure was uncovered and dated to. But the rest, we now know that they seem to have used the place for hundreds and hundreds of years.
You hinted earlier to me that the women ran this place. Is that the case?
They didn't exactly run it, but they were equal. They were equal. There were laws for absolutely everything. Every aspect of life was covered with a law, and they were equal to men and women. The only thing a woman could not, in a court with a Breton who was a druid but a lawyer, would be to give a witness against her father. Could against her husband, but not against her father. Wow. And the only law that we know of, which is just for women, and it's not for both sexes, it's just for the women, and that is if she wants to divorce her husband, if in the day of his marriage his belt doesn't fit him anymore, the belt that he wore on the day of his marriage no longer fits him, she can get rid of him. But it's to do with survival. If the man isn't working hard enough, if he's eating more than his fair share, then he needs to, to go.
So in your excavations of here, you learned an awful lot about what was buried in under there. Can you tell me more about that?
First thing they found when they took the soil away was 2.3 meters of limestone. The limestone didn't come from this region, which it could have done. It came from across Ireland, distances of 100 miles or more. And they have carried pieces of their land and placed it inside the structure. And some of it's so big 2 people would have had to carry it.
Do we know the reason for that?
Because of the amount of people who must have been working here, and that they brought the limestone from across Ulster, he calls it a unifying project for the clans of Ulster, that they had to be represented, and they had to come and work here.